Hello everyone, welcome to the 7th video for life processes, and in this video we will continue our discussion for excretion. In the 6th video we have discussed for the significance of the excretion along with the excretory material in plants in terms of gums and resins, and also we have discussed for the excretory structures in different organisms in terms of nephridia and Malpighian tubules. Right? So you can check out the description in the video, and for now let us continue here. Now we know that excretion is nothing but the removal of the toxic substances from the body, because if the toxic substances they will get accumulated in the body, then they will create harm. So the harmful substances and the substances which are exceeding in their limit, they should be removed from the body, and that is why the excretion is there, which is through the excretory system. We are provided with the excretory system. You know, this is the structure of excretory system, where you can see the kidneys. Kidneys are the bean-shaped organs present at the back of the human beings, just above the waist, and the two ureters, they come from the kidney like this, which open in the urinary bladder, and this is the urethra through which the urine it is passed out. Now the point is that our excretory system, it is provided by these many structures: kidneys, ureters, urinary bladder, urethra, and the two blood vessels, they are there for the carrying of the blood: renal artery and renal vein. These are the blood vessels. Now renal artery and renal vein, they are having different functions. In terms of renal artery, it carries impure blood to the kidney, and renal vein, it carry pure blood from the kidney. So when the toxic substances they are removed at the level of kidney, they, like the blood, it is filtered out, and that blood, it is in pure form and it is carried away from the renal vein, and the impure blood, it is carried to the kidney from the renal artery. So that you should be clear with, guys. And here these two structures, vena cava and aorta, they are the another blood vessels. Like vena cava, it is the main vein, and aorta, it is the main artery of the circulatory system. Now kidneys, which are the bean-shaped organs, right, they are made up of several nephrons. Now the question is, what are nephrons? Nephrons are nothing but the excretory units. The urine formation, it takes place at the level of nephrons. So the kidneys, they are made up of several nephrons, and the structure should be clear with. Like here, this is the structure of a nephron, guys, where you can see this cup-shaped structure. This is what? This is Bowman's capsule. This is the capillary tuft. Here you can see my pointer. This is what? This is glomerulus. So Bowman's capsule and glomerulus, they collectively called as renal corpuscle. And here, from here, the renal tubule starts, this much. This is the renal tubule, which opens into the collecting duct. This is collecting duct. In collecting duct, several nephrons, they are attached and pour their secretion. And this red tube, it is the it is the capillary, blood capillary. So these many structures you should be clear with, right? What the nephron, it is divided into renal corpuscle, renal tubule. Now the cup shaped structure, it is Bowman's capsule, and the capillary tuft, it is glomerulus, and this is renal tubule, this one, and this red structure, it is the blood capillary. Now this renal tubule, it can be further categorized into proximal convoluted tubule, loop of Henle, and the distal convoluted tubule, DCT. So PCT, loop of Henle, and distal convoluted tubule. This renal tubule, it can be further categorized into. Now, the mechanism of urine formation, it is having the ultrafiltration, here you can write the first step and the second step in terms of reabsorption, selective reabsorption. Right. Now, what happened? Just see my pointer here. This is the capillary tuft, and capillaries, they are the very fine tubules. So when blood, it is passed through this capillary tuft, which is what? Which is glomerulus. Here the pressure is created, very high pressure, and because of this pressure, almost everything, it is filtered out here, right? So due to this high pressure, when the harmful substances, but the useful substances as well, that is why I have used the term almost everything in terms of the useful substances as well. So harmful substances, they come here, but the useful substances, they also come here due to high pressure, and this process, it is known as ultrafiltration. RBCs and large protein molecules, they are not in the filtrate, but other than the useful substances in terms of amino acids, in terms of sugars, right, water, that should not be removed in the form of urine, but here in the first step, because of the high pressure, almost everything, it is filtered out other than the RBCs and the large protein molecules, and this first step, it is known as ultrafiltration. And what happened, as we have seen that in this step, the harmful substances, they are filtered out, they should be filtered out, but the useful substances, they are also filtered out in terms of sugars, amino acids, water, useful salts. So what will be the next step? That is reabsorption. Actually, the useful substances, they should not be passed out through the urine, because they are useful for the body, and that is why the second step is reabsorption, where what happened, where the useful substances, they are reabsorbed in the blood. Like when the filtrate, it passed through here, the selective reabsorption takes place. You can see this capillary here. So the blood capillaries, they surrounds the tubule, and the useful substances, they are reabsorbed in the blood, in the capillary. So these are the two steps. First is ultrafiltration and second is reabsorption. Again, ultrafiltration, where the substances, they just filtered out due to high pressure, and the useful substances, they get reabsorbed in the second step, because they are needed by the body, and that is why they are reabsorbed in the blood capillary through the renal tubule, as the filtrate passed out from here to here. And now when the filtrate, it comes here, it reaches here. Now it is the concentrate one, which is having only the urea and the toxic substances, and it is poured in this collecting duct. So this is the whole mechanism of the urine formation, right? You can write here like the glucose, amino acids, salts, useful salts, right? Water. Reabsorbed here. Reabsorbed means reabsorbed in the blood, in this capillary only, the red one, right? And that is how the urine becomes concentrated. Now it is having only the harmful substances in terms of urea, waste salts and excess water, and it is poured out in this collecting duct. So this is the method, this is the mechanism of urine formation. The two steps we have seen, the ultrafiltration as well as the reabsorption. And now let us come to the next topic, that is the dialysis. See, what happened guys, sometimes due to different reasons the kidneys may stop working, right? And complete failure of kidneys allows the urea and other waste products to build up in the blood. Even the amount of water in the body, it is not regulated. So what happened? Kidney failure takes place. Like the best long-term solution for kidney failure is what? Kidney transplant only. But the kidney transplant, it is not an easy process, and that is why the artificial kidney is there. Artificial kidney means where the toxic substances, they are removed through a mechanism which is called as dialysis. Here in case of kidney failure, the patient is treated periodically on a kidney machine, and the procedure, it is known as dialysis, till the kidney transplant will be there. Because kidney transplant, it is not an easy process. First of all, donor should be there, and after that many procedures are there, like the requirements, so it takes time. That is why the dialysis, for the quick relief to the patient, where the toxic substances, they are removed through the kidney machine. Now what happened in this? Actually the dialyzing solution is there, which is also called as dialysis fluid, and it is of same concentration, same composition as that of blood in terms of water, glucose and salts. What happened? The impure blood from the artery of the patient, it is passed out to this artificial kidney, that is dialyzer. And here what happened? Here the selectively permeable membranes are there, right? So in here the dialyzing solution is there, as well as the selectively permeable membranes are there. Here the dialyzing solution, it is having the same composition as that of blood. So the toxic substances, they are removed through the selectively permeable membrane, they comes outside, and now in this way the blood get filtered and it is passed to the patient arm. This is the mechanism, right? So you should be clear with the terms like dialyzer. Dialyzer is the machine, the artificial kidney, in which the dialyzing solution is there, the dialysis fluid, where the composition, it is similar as that of blood. Now what happened here? The blood from an artery in the patient arms, it is made to flow into the dialyzer of a dialysis machine, and this dialysis machine, it is made up of long tubes of selectively permeable membrane like cellulose, which are coiled in a tank containing dialyzing solution. And now what happened? Now the patient blood passes through the dialysis solution. Most of the wastes like urea present in it pass through the selectively permeable cellulose membrane, and in this way the blood, it becomes cleaned, and that is pumped back into the vein of the patient's arm. So this is the whole mechanism of the dialysis, where the artificial kidney, which is nothing but the dialyzer, it is used. This is the process till kidney transplant, because the kidney failure, the problem where the kidney stops working. So the point is that the ultimate treatment for the kidney failure is kidney transplant only, but it is not that much easy, and that is why the dialysis, it is there for the removal of the toxic substances from the patient's blood till the kidney transplant will be there. I think the structure will be clear to you and mechanism as well. So the impure blood, it is taken from the artery, and pure blood, it is pumped back to the vein, and here the selectively permeable membrane, they are coiled in the dialyzing solution. Through them the toxic substance, they move out. One more point, the provision is there for the fresh dialyzing solution in this tank, as well as the provision is there for the outgoing of the used dialyzing solution, so that the fresh solution will be there for the provision, like this is the provision by which the fresh solution, it is there in the tank. So this is the whole mechanism, guys, and here we have discussed for the excretory system of human beings along with the urine formation. Urine formation takes place at the level of nephron. How the urine is formed, that we have seen. First of all, ultrafiltration takes place. After that, the reabsorption takes place. Reabsorption of the useful substances in terms of glucose, amino acids, salts and water from the tubules in the blood capillaries, and the concentrated urine, it is poured in the collecting duct. And in case of the improper functioning of the kidney, when the kidney, it stops working out, then what happened? Then the artificial kidney is there, which is there for the removal of the toxic substances from the patient arm. So if you like this video, just like, subscribe and share, and press the bell icon for upcoming notifications. Keep posting your comments, and till then, have a very good bye.